So he goes for his roll. All right, he has not decreased the value, which makes you happy. So, hold on, let me make a note on your blacksmith here real quick.
What's his name as well? Just so we have a reference.
It's really tempting to call him Hanzo, but I'm not going to do
that. Chris, can we lock in the victory before we fuck up something? It's been quite a while.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any more. That's fine. So I'll toss my locket in over here.
Sure, I'll put mine next to the house.
Okay.
His name is Summon Stance.
Summon what now?
Summon Stance.
Can you copy paste that?
He doesn't know how to read and write. There you go. And hold on, let me find the area it is in here. This is over in...
And this is in Doc's name, as in he owns the business?
Uh-huh. Yeah, the guy only listens to Doc because, as far as he's concerned, that's where money came from. And although Doc can say if they got any swords to repair or anything. I mean, this guy is not a fucking... He is a blacksmith. He's not like a sword crafter or whatever. He's a blacksmith. Which gives him a lot of generalist skills. Let's see. Hold on. Let me find that area of town. Ah! Lower East Side. Bummer. That's where all the smelters are at. Now, keep in mind, Lower East Side is the worst fucking area in the city. The whole thing is built with flammable wood, like Mildred, and sealed in pitch. So pretty much every building here is a match waiting to go up.
Okay.
Also, this is the area where the poorest people in town live, and the worst of the rioting has taken place, which explains his highly fucking motivated want to fucking sell and shit. He suggests that if you've got money and you're good at, since you're good at business and you've got money, you might want to head over to Weapons and Armor Row and maybe snap up some of those businesses, because he can make ingots out of like ore into iron, and then if you're wanting to have them sold over there, you know, to make into weapons and shit, if that's what you're into. So, although a lot of the weapons sellers have been either closed or the government now says you work for us because we're a totalitarian regime. Either way. So, but you've got a blacksmith.
Okay.
And we have 1,500 gold worth in ingots.
No, you have ingots that you're hoping to get somewhere close to that for. So now you guys are going to have to go over to a money changer and a metallurgist, or alchemist. And then the alchemist or metallurgist will test the purity, advise the money changer. The alchemist gets paid out of the gold, and then the money changer can change that into shiny, shiny coins that you no longer have to worry about.
So the Great Yondoon is an alchemist, right?
The Great Yondoon, he is a kind of alchemist.
Well, since he's a named individual, we can ask him if this is his area. If not, we'll go to someone else.
You go to the Great Yondoon's house and give me smell rolls. It's at half. It's really hard to smell anything around the Great Yondoon's place. Wow. You see Doc Fulton and Mildred are really, that's fucking great. What the fuck is that? That's fucking good. Isn't that fucking, that's fucking good, she said. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I want to bottle that shit and wear it. Yeah, it's fucking good. And there's no answer to her rapping on, tapping on his chamber door. He doesn't answer.
I open the door.
It is not locked. You open the door and the smell gets stronger, and they're like, yeah, I'm fucking into this. And Freddy's like, you guys go in and you discover the Great Yondune's rotting body. It's like partially skull and stuff sticking out, and he's got a big fucking knife in him through his heart. And you're like, the fuck? Give me sanity rolls unless you have human gore and gross out maxed out. And it's somebody you knew, too.
Can I determine how long it's been dead for?
Give me a forensics roll. After
Hey,
you
Doc,
fail
come
your
down
sanity
here.
roll. What?
I asked Doc, hey Doc, come in and help me see how long it's been dead for. I have no idea.
According to Freddy, 6.5 years. According to Doc,
He's still alive. I performed CPR on him.
Part of the body, part of the chest burst open, all this gas and stuff comes out, and weird fucking waxy shit flows out. He's like, live, damn it, live! And now I need, how'd you guys do on your sandy rolls before? Has everybody got human gore and gross out maxed out?
I made it.
Okay, right. Take 1 point if it's not maxed out, and then when you see the albacore spilling out of the corpse, I want another gross out fucking sandy roll. And Doc's like, live, mouth to mouth, the kiss of life. Pries open the fucking mouth. It's like, ah.
Another 1 point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Freddy's just watching and sighing and shit. You see Doc go, live, and the head goes, and pops off and skitters across the floor. He goes, kiss of life, go get the head.
I'm gonna get the head put back on.
Thank you.
Yeah, your best efforts don't seem to be bringing him around for some
I guess he's just too far gone. I checked the knife.
It's not yours. You
Is
look
it?
at Freddy suspiciously. It appears to be like some sort of kitchen knife, like one of those kind you use to chop up vegetables and shit, which is unusual because you've never known Yondu, the great, now the late great, Jesus,
Excuse me.
the late great Yondu to fucking do much cooking, and he certainly wouldn't chop up vegetables.
Alright, I'm gonna search the house.
No problem. It appears that you find he has a small amount of money, kind of pathetically small, like 32 silver pieces.
Alright, my thing is it someone out?
He just shows him looting the fuck out of it. He has a bunch of spoiled potions, various strange ingredients and stuff. It doesn't look like, well, okay, now it looks like he's been robbed. Before you got to it, it didn't look like he had been robbed. You did see...
Do you want to spend a day here and clean the place up?
Oh.
Right.
The building itself is pretty funky looking, just so you know.
Let's clean this place up.
Right. We get like cleaning supplies. Even if we have to get bleach from Shermer or something, come back and clean this place up.
Now, one thing you did find before you get to scrub-a-dub-dubbing and all that, because I know you want to scrub-a-dub-dub, you did find a picture. It was like under the pillow of the bed, which is a bit awkward. And it looks like, I will put it on the board on this.
Oh, I think I know what happened.
Do you?
Lover's quarrel. Because he had a thing for Ainsworth. And maybe something happened. But that's what's the picture? Where's the picture?
Uploading. There.
Did we recognize that?
Do you?
It looks a little bit like Ainsworth.
Mm-hmm. Cleaned up. less crazy looking.
Who's Ainsworth?
She is. I'm trying to think if you were here for that. Oh, were you in Guri when you spoke to the crazy scientist lady? Or was that someone else?
Yeah.
This is her, but the other her in Gothic,
Oh, okay.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to point out the really, really strange thing is the Great Yondoon also lives in the Lower East Side.
So maybe she got into an argument, stabbed him out of... Now, when he was killed, did it seem like he had several stab wounds or just one? Like, was it a fit of rage like die, or stabbed dead?
It's hard to tell, being that so much attempt to bring back the corpses done. If you'd like to try
before that.
Well, before that, you'd failed your forensics roll. You do remember when Doc was giving him chest compressions, Albacore did come out of a lot of different areas, though.
So maybe several puncture wounds. So yeah. Could have been a plan of action.
Either that, or perhaps he had been captured by that tribe who always tries to make canoes out of people's skin, and for the last request, he said, I'd like a knife, and they gave him one, and he said, fuck your canoe, and no, nothing? Okay. So, not even a titter, nothing, no chuckles?
All right, well, yeah, okay. I'll take that photo with me for now.
Feel free to make a screen capture of it.
Oh.
This part you can tell people about, by the way. So, now, I would like 2 luck rolls from Freddy as he's teleporting around the multiverse, getting the power of Mr. Clean!
And we'll just bury his body in the backyard.
That's
wait, no.
Kind of you.
I have a place, actually.
What?
Someone will take care of it for us. So I'll need to make 2 more luck rolls. So we're going to put his body in like a bag or whatever.
You might want to discuss it with Doc first. This is a guy you actually knew, and they
No, I want to bury him in the backyard, for real.
No, I know some very friendly...
No.
You want to bury him?
He's a friend of mine. I want to bury him nicely in the backyard.
Okay. I was just going to feed some ghouls, but okay. Fine.
Freddy's like the most insensitive person you've ever met, Doc. It'd be like, hey, I want to bury my friend Chris I've known for a lot of years, and Freddy's like, I think we could feed some pigs instead. No, look, I know this guy. They're nice pigs, and later we can kill and eat the pigs.
When I die, you can do whatever you want with my body.
You're not enough mass to feed many pigs. Come on.
People have different...
No, when you die, I'll make sure that the crows feed off of you. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine.
We'll let you just sit and rot in the street like a squire.
Perfect.
Wow. All right. Like a squire? What?
The squire.
Oh.
Like the squire.
Okay.
The one who's had that chopped off.
Okay. So
I made the luck rolls.
Yeah. You teleport around getting cleaning tools, shovels, all kind of bullshit. And, right. Everybody can make 3 attempts at a new skill called Expert Cleaner, or Cleaning the Homes, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm going to assume that it's at least okay clean, but this is for make super clean, because called janitorial services. There you go. I like that.
Nope.
Yana's wondering if she even wants to roll or just look at and glare at the other people.
I did roll and failed.
You guys suck at cleaning, but yeah, you do your best.
I thought we get 3 rolls each, you just said.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, 3 rolls, yeah.
Oh, I did it.
She didn't want
to. Made it.
Yana, get a check in your learn. Woo! Crazy person. Alright, so there you go. And that was how the Great Yondoon died.
Well, before we go look into this
Or at least
any
it
further,
appears to be him.
well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Chris just nods. He knows how this fucking shit works.
Before we look into this any further, let's not get sidetracked. We need to find an alchemist to appraise the metal and then smelt it down into ingots and all that blah blah blah.
Well, you've been working for like a day or two at this bullshit,
Yeah.
but you got. It just shows you guys cleaning your asses off, and Mildred's like, "Why am I the only one taking this seriously? This bathroom mold won't remove itself."
When this happened, that I'm the only one who is doing practical shit.
Well, you have a lot of catch up to do. So
Okay.
How can you argue that? All right, so the place is cleaned up, mostly thanks to Mildred, and you guys now it's kind of it's like one of those shop downstairs, sleep on like part of a floor up. It's like a loft upstairs, like part of the floor. It's not a full deal or anything like that. And
Is there a set of keys anyway?
keys? No, he never locked it because people just kept kicking in the door. You're in the Lower East Side.
Okay. Don't use this as storage.
I wouldn't use this for anything myself. I mean, unless you having
Flophouse
the
at least.
what?
Flophouse for the PCs.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, put in some heavy furniture so they can move it in front of the door to feel slightly more secure at night if you wanted, or not.
Oh, I can make a jump of this place.
It is in Lower East Side, but yeah, actually, there's enough gaps and enough windows where as long as it's daytime, you can trump here.
Yeah.
At night, you're not trumping here.
Yeah, it's the upstairs where it's less likely to be fucked with.
When you say upstairs, I don't think you envision how small the upstairs is. It's pretty much a little bit bigger than the bed, and that's the upstairs. It's a fairly big. It's a spacious building, but it's mostly a lot of empty, unused space. It's not super sturdy or nice or anything like that.
Okay.
Let me add that to fucking PC's properties. Now, you don't legally own it, but...
Hey, Doc, if you ever learn to shapeshift, I know someone you can turn into.
The Great Yondoon?
God damn, that's cold.
Then he'll be part of you forever.
Wow. Now, keep in mind, he's with that level of shapeshifting, he can't look exactly like him, but he'd look like his brother or something like that. So, in other words, Kinley doesn't look exactly like Terry Crews, but he can try to pull it off unless somebody goes, "You're not Terry Crews. I know Terry Crews." Then it all falls apart. So you can't like, "Oh, I'm random. I'm close to random, but not fucking fooling anybody."
So you switched the specific one, so it's not as devious.
Much higher level. The building is like a very small barn-sized, with a bed-sized second story, and not terribly sturdy.
It's a PC flop house, and that's perfect. That's just gives us somewhere to go, so we're not at the waddle, and we have somewhere we can be, and it doesn't fuck with shit.
Yeah, although if Yondoon is ever, because I mean, it is Lower East Side, people mostly keep to themselves, but it would have helped if you'd gotten legal stuff. Like the blacksmith shop, one of the things that I didn't mess with is like they had people from the government come over and you paid money and the blacksmith paid money and you got like legal deeds and shit which are in your name. So
that's actually one of the things I was going to do is I figure what we could do is like we could say that it's been abandoned. Like this is a friend of ours. We know that he left town. We wanted to take over his property. How much would it cost? Mm-hmm. I mean, if a blacksmith shop costs $300 and, this shouldn't be too much for us to have, I don't think.
By the way, do you have an ID for this zone, Chris?
Uh-huh.
Good. then everything's in order. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be super expensive, but actually, does anybody have appraisal?
Everyone has appraisal.
Good point.
But no one is good in it.
Yeah, none of you guys are fucking wrestling rad.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe he is. Right, you're thinking, unless you do sucky on your bargain roll, you could probably pick this up for 50 gold, all in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, like for a PC flop house that's legal, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, who do you want to send to the government to say, hey, now, are you wanting to say Yondu's dead or he's missing, by the way? He's buried out and back in the garden.
He left town because of all the rioting.
That's fucking great. So are you going to go along to explain that? Because Freddy is good at fast talk, but if somebody looks at him, he begins to sweat more.
I can do the bargaining. You can do the explaining.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Chris, give me an explaining roll. Freddie, give me a bargaining roll. Yana.
So fast talk?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or
Yana,
acting?
Fast talk, you can support it with acting. Right.
Okay.
Freddie's pushing for a higher price.
So I'm going to use my talent to support my acting, which then is going to support my fast talk, which I get a crit.
My God, the guy's like, I knew he was going to do that. And then Freddie goes, we'll give you 100 for it. And the guy's like, done. And, right, so.
Double the price on the fail? Okay.
Oh, yeah. And so, right, you guys head off. So now you're down to 1,400 gold, which you haven't actually sold the gold yet. So now you go to sell the gold. Who's going to do the bargaining here?
I'll do it.
Oh, or do you want anybody to support you?
Sure, if they want to.
Sure, I will try to support.
Excellent. Go for support.
I fumble. I anti-support.
You're at a -10 on your shit there, Freddie, because 1,400 is too much for the likes of you, paleface. Yana, how'd you do? Another fumble. Give me another fumble.
Give me another fumble.
I just failed.
All right. So, good luck. They're all counting on you. So, you got your 1,000 gold coins.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Did you see the pain that went over Freddie's face, though? That's what I fucking live for, Chris.
It's 1,000 more than I had an hour ago.
Yeah. All right. And, sorry, 999. You pay a gold piece to the alchemist guy who goes, and he wanders off to go snort more mercury fumes.
Oh, and also I make sure to introduce the manager or whoever he wants to send with us of the Golden Waddle to the person at the blacksmith in case they need, because I know they've been doing building materials.
Take a card, Chris. By the way, since Freddie did the bargaining for the Great Yondu's place, by the way, if you are warned that if the Great Yondu, Freddie, shows up and demands his property back, then he can sue you, and then you will have to pay him for the property, for the time, and you may be tossed into prison or possibly executed. Okay?
Okay.
Great. Fortunately, it's all agreed by Doc Fulton, as Freddie begins to realize that maybe you didn't bury him deep enough. Wait a minute, isn't there a huge undead problem? He says. Fulton's like, we're fine.
And with that, I will say goodbye and go do some real life bargaining.
Good luck.
Alrighty.
Have
Have fun with your pile.
Yeah,
Thanks.
go pile of money. Woo! Try to play with the money and throw it up in the air a little bit.
That's what we always do.
Really? Jesus, how much partying do you do with these people?
We just pretend to do work and just play with money.
I like
Anyway,
it.
have a nice rest of the game.
Have fun.
See ya, Yana.
Yeah. And she's gone.
Oh, we should have taken the cards.
Let me go back to 3 people on it. Bing. Yeah. I like that we've got that set up, Fred, but we still got to set up the 2 people one sometime.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 999 gold. What do we want to...
Freddie.
I'll split that between 2 of us.
And
so we each get...
imprisoned.
You can have 500. I'll take 499.
Sure, whatever's clever.
No problem. So... Right. It gives you fucking 24 pounds of gold. There you go. And you're like, thanks. I'll put it in my pocket.
Okay.
This is why bills were invented, you're thinking.
So now we need to get these into actual coins, right?
No, that was the coin thing.
Oh, that is, okay, fine, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Your blacksmith fucking came through for you on his first and only important thing that he will ever end up doing for you people.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
But, yeah.
While we're here, Doc, Rasslin asked me if we had time to test and see how gunpowder works in this zone, if at all. If that's something you're interested in doing. Because he was curious to see what sort of weapons and stuff the military uses and whether or not he should look into importing gunpowder weapons and stuff.
So if we do that, so that's something that we'd have to probably go to Shermer for, so you can buy gunpowder. Or no, we can get it from Beastkin. Because Beastkin is like straight up gunpowder, right?
Pretty much.
No. Is it gunpowder or no?
Cowboy land. Logan?
What
is it?
You have no idea.
Is
You've
it?
never fucking gone and bought any. You just fucking use bullets that are already made.
Well, before we do that then, since we're here, let's check in with all the people from the embassy that are here currently.
Okay.
No problem. You go and check out what's going on. Give me spy lore rolls.
Spy lore.
By half.
Fulton, you have a devious mind to you. Freddie doesn't know what's up. Fulton, basically what they're doing is rather than saying, hey, here's a new either temporary or permanent building, because people are scared, angry, and all that. What they're doing is they're going around all the different people, which may be a reason that they do, and they've just got like a kind of smallish backpack, and they're like, hey, I got some of this, but I really need money, so I'm going to sell it really cheap because I just need money right now. And they're just selling like a thing or two to each person, and then they just keep, and then they switch, and somebody else is doing it, and the guy is like got 3 different cans or whatever of shit, and he's like, I'm having a fucking great day, and he doesn't realize that they're just kind of moving around doing this, and they're sneakily basically distributing food at a little bit over cost. But the thing with the spy lore is they're also talking to the people and stuff, and they're kind of finding out what's going on and all that. And what you're thinking, Fulton, with your successful spy lore, because Freddy's like, we should go out and say hi, and you're like, hold back. And what you're thinking is, holy shit, the whole... You're starting to wonder if all of the doors that are normally at the embassy and kind of goofy and all that are actually a giant fucking spy organization. Now, what their motivation for being such is up to you to figure out, because, you know, grabbing one and shaking at them, you're having doubts that would work. But They are being nice to people. They're not taking advantage of people. People are fucking delighted. It's like, I got food for my baby. And sometimes you'll see them like slip some food to somebody who doesn't have any money to pay it and shit like that. Or giving kids like candy and stuff on the QT and all that. So they are doing nice people things, but they're also, it's a lot of making contacts, and they're like, you have friends at the Golden Wattle and all that kind of stuff. And so people are, they're doing things here, but there seems to be numerous reasons for it.
So I want to make my way to the Golden Wattle. I want to make sure that we're not followed by any of the Harlequins, and I want to see if any of the higher level
surveillance at half for both of you, because
I start walking. I start like prestidigitation, like I start like grabbing a hat from someone and switching out, so I look a little bit different as I go.
Wow. All right. Shows the guy. He's like in the fucking bowler. Now he's in a flat cap, and he gets home and goes, "The fuck is? Did my hat change?" Has a fucking nervous breakdown. All right. Counter surveillance. Freddie, did you want to try to help him? Because you can tell Fulton's a bit keeping an eye on shit.
Well, I did, but not half.
Cool. Both of you guys give me 6 sense danger sense.
You made his, by the way.
You made his a half?
I critted my counter surveillance, and then I made my prestidigitation by a quarter.
You're a horrible man. Unfortunately, you're with Freddy, so no matter how clever your fucking disguising is going, they could just follow the water trail of him or whatever. He kind of stands out. When you are getting close to it, since you made it a quarter, they haven't seen you yet, but there are those fucking, your eyes keep trying to slide off of an area, like, this isn't your problem. This isn't your problem. You're like, no, it is. There's like, at a couple of different places, there's these fucking sneaky ass Harlequins that you're even having trouble focusing on. They seem to be keeping an eye on the Golden Wattle. That is what they're doing. They're looking around a lot, and they're like all twitchy and shit, and they got the fucking katanas on the back, and you see other people just walking around. Every now and then somebody will go, like, did I just see something? And then they convince themselves, no, I didn't. Everything's fine. There's no fucking horrible multicolored monster with a fucking katana there. Or one guy walked by, he was like, no. And you could just see him going, no. But yeah, they are keeping an eye on the Golden Wattle.
So, are you ready to go?
Ready when you are.
Okay.
So, are you guys leaving the zone or the Golden Wattle, or you want to go into the Golden Wattle? What are you doing?
I'm going to go into the Golden Wattle, because...
No problem. This appears to get them really excited, and like one signals the air, and the other one just disappears.
I get inside. Well, I didn't notice anything, so...
I thought you said you did notice everything.
No.
I didn't make my counter surveillance.
Well, so Logan, I don't notice them though, right? Because that was what the sixth sense was.
No, the sixth sense danger sense
All right.
was
No, that's what I thought the sixth sense was for. Got it. Got you. All right. So what I want to try to do then at that point, no, I'm not gonna do that, because that's stupid. That's the only reason only reason I said I go in anyway. Is because I didn't think I noticed them.
Oh, so I thought this was all part of your fucking evil plan.
Yeah,
I was like, what kind of evil plan does he got?
No, at that point I would stop, and I would be, because we can still trump into the Golden Wattle.
No, we can't.
No, we can't. No. Okay.
When you stop, you kind of feel like you're missing something.
I don't notice anything, so I'm just like, what are we stopping for?
Hammer time. No?
We go to like a nearby like alley so that we can watch, and I say, I noticed them.
No problem. You're trying to point them out to Freddy. Freddy, give me a spot hidden roll at full, since he's pointing them out, and he's like, see how that brick kind of sticks out of it? That's actually the side of its face. And Freddy goes,
Got it.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. Give me analyze magic rolls.
Analyze magic? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. What the hey?
No.
And it's a lower is better thing.
I got it, but nothing special.
All you get with the nothing special is they definitely have some sort of weird mobile SCP type spell on them.
Yeah.
Which is weird because normally SCP spells.
I got my perceived high magic at half.
Oh yeah, they're covered in that shit.
And I fumble my analyze high magic though.
They can make snow cones twice as fast as any other creature on the planet.
Wow.
Good snow
They
cones.
should make a snow. If they had a snow cone business, or if we could convince them to make snow cones for us, we could help save. We could make the hunger problem go away, and it would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody would have frozen treats.
Mm-hmm. And then if you had some sort of competition for it during this time of famine, you could call it the Hunger Games.
Like how far away from them, since they're concentrating on the Golden Wattle, how close can we get to them?
No. That's, as I said before, they're keeping an eye on the Golden Wattle, but they're also looking around a lot. They're expecting to have somebody else sneak up on them. These things are super fucking twitchy all the goddamn time. If they didn't have the SCP thing on them, they would definitely... They look as jumpy as a fucking bat-grown ninja and move as fast as one, too, that is having some fucking cyber shorting problems going on with shitty implants. But the speed is jacked the fuck up. And if you fought them before, you already know this.
Yes.
Well, so we leave the area. We leave the area.
You guys go the fuck back to the Great Yon Dunes. It smells like pine saw and sadness in here.
Well, I wouldn't need to go that far. What I was thinking about doing is going somewhere that we could have a message delivered, because I'm sure there's like messengers here in this zone.
Absolutely.
And so I would write out a message and have the message delivered to the Golden Wattle at like, this needs to be, this is something important. And I would send it to the manager of the building so he knows. And it would be a message saying where these posts are so that they know that they need to watch it. And if there's anyone from, any of the Doras, if they're using that as a base, or to let them know or have that information filtered through them.
Write out the message. I will get it delivered. It doesn't have to be right now, but send it to me like after the game if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And I make that happen so they know it's ASAP.
No problem. Be sure to send it to me right after the game, because then as soon as I get it, then it gets delivered. I like that. And then it'll be on the table where the PCs keep spawning in, along with map and shit like that for them to go release demons on their own, which will be fun. How many can Logan get into the game world? That's what I want to know.
So now, what else did you want to do now, Freddie?
Well, Rastin wanted us to test
the powder. So we could, now we could go back, grab some of their gunpowder.
Yeah,
and then
if they have any, yeah.
What, Beast Kid?
Yeah.
You buy it by the fucking barrel full. I mean, they don't have big barrels all at once because it's kind of dangerous.
All right, so when we go there, because we can just go, we can get there pretty easily. It's like a luck roll, we trump over or whatever. And then let's look into it. Like, is it when we get there, like, thank you. Can we just make it a quicker cut to then?
Well, yeah, you guys head over to a store, and the brand of gunpowder is called I Got the Powder.
Okay.
And is it actual gunpowder? As we know it.
You're not really sure. Do you have a chemistry set?
No.
It's black, and would you like to do any kind of tests on it there, Freddy Firestarter?
No.
All right, so Chris, would you like to let Freddy touch the barrel or in any way be close to the barrel, look at the barrel for very long or breathe on it? You bought a small pony keg of gunpowder.
We need a fuse as well. So we can...
No, we don't.
No? Light it from a distance.
No, we're not going to, like, that, we don't need... Just hold on. We're not going to light a fucking whole small keg. All right, we just need, like, I just need like a fucking little bag full of this shit. That's all I really need.
The proprietor goes, I need $5.
I hand him $5.
All right. What's your name? Says the proprietor to Freddie.
Frederick.
Frederick what?
Frederick Fern.
He squints at you. What's his name? He says to Doc Fulton.
Do you have? I understand what you're looking for. Hold on. Do you have fuses?
I'm getting nervous about this. What's this for?
It's for me. Do you have fuses? He'll go outside.
I go outside.
The guy relaxes visibly. He offers you. He says, "What kind of burn rate would you like?"
Slow.
So, a foot per 5 seconds.
Sure.
Great. How many meters?
Like 3.
Okay. Charges you. He says, "I'm gonna need 50 cents."
All right. I go outside. I get $1. I come back inside. I get 2. I leave.
All right. I just imagine you going outside and you're, and you come back in with $1.
Now the powder. I just want to look at the powder. Is it black powder? So the guns here in Beastkin, they're like Old West guns.
Wow. Did everybody freeze up? I'm melting. What a world. What a world. No. Come back. Come back. Come back.
Hey, there we go.
I'm kind of missing StreamYard from time to time. Right. It's black. What was your next question, Chris?
The weapons are the Old West weapons.
Yes, totally Old West weapons.
Yeah. And they have dynamite and stuff. We've used that before in the past.
Looks like dynamite.
Yeah.
Acts like dynamite. Might not be dynamite.
All right, so we're gonna take this. We'll go back, and we want to see if it ignites or not.
Well,
So-
do we want to go out into the forest where there's no one there?
Right, where we were hanging out before.
Yeah. Okay,
You guys jumped out of the city somewhere and make a little pile of black powder. This is something Logan's done as a child, except our fuse was homemade. Bad idea. Bad idea.
Yeah.
And
I did this with firecrackers.
Oh yeah. Right, we did it with like black powder, like big thing of black, like reloaders, black powder. Yeah, bad idea. So anyway, there's a guy with no eyebrows at school for a while. Well, not me, but that is the most glorious fireball I'd ever fucking seen. So now, what happens is it's the weirdest shit because you light the fuse and it starts. Give me. Hold on, Matt. Let me look at because there's some weird shit that you guys now get to find out here, which is strange and annoying. This is all in Gothic, so
yeah.
Let's see tech levels. Now, Chris, are you the one doing the lighting, or are you making Freddy do it?
Oh hell yeah, I'm not touching that.
Okay, Freddy is back. Okay, it shows it. You've now got a triangle, Chris. You're on one point with the little pile of gunpowder. It's a nice, not breezy day, no rain, perfect for this sort of thing. You've got an area, so if it makes a huge fireball, it doesn't burn down the forest or anything like that. You got a nice clearing, everything's fine. But it's you over here with the gunpowder. Freddy's in one corner, and then over in a different corner, totally unattended, but away from Freddy, is the whole big thing of black powder and air fuse and stuff, because you don't want to put Freddy and the black powder together because it goes boom. So you're starting to light it. Give me a willpower times 3. Some weird shit gonna happen here.
No.
Okay, it's not lighting. Would you like to try again?
Yeah.
Give me a willpower times 3.
Nope.
Same thing. Try again. Try again until you... Okay, so then it lights up, and then you... I'm guessing you want to move away?
Yeah.
The fuse goes out.
After 10 seconds?
No.
It just goes out immediately.
Yeah. Now, give me an evidence analysis roll for weird shit.
Both of us or just him?
You can too, although he's keeping you well back. So if you run up there, he's going to give you a good slapping. You're pretty sure of it.
Crit.
You're thinking that in order to make tech shit work, you need to maybe be in contact with it. Because as long as you were, it was burning around fine. But then when you stop being in contact, stop doing it. But you're thinking maybe you should test it with other shit. I mean, you're not terribly far out of town, but you're far enough away nobody's going to notice like a little foof or whatever. But you're like, how does this work exactly? Because at this point, you suddenly realize nobody's ever tested tech. They've tested the fuck out of magic. Nobody's tested tech. Why? Logan doesn't know. It's only been 6 goddamn seasons. You're the first motherfuckers to bother testing any tech shit. We don't need that, Batman.
We don't need to go into town because we have this tech car over here that's not working anymore because it's been tore apart.
Whoa.
But there's wires in there, and I can take the wires out of there and see if I can make an insta-fuse out of wiring to make a spark go between it. So if I can activate the spark.
Right, that's fucking brilliant, Chris. I want you to first take a card, then give me an electronics repair roll. And if you can do all that, now, would you like to have any explosions happen near Freddy?
Yes.
I understand.
I mean, no.
I want you to take another card. And
we're up to 6, by the way, Chris.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries.
How are your cards shitty or what?
I have 1 card, and it's garbage.
Okay, hold on. Let me...
I just like the deadpan. The deadpan, yes. And Frank's like, what? Like, wait a minute. That's me. I'm going to die. That's not good.
So what card do you have anyway?
Move +5.
All right, so I'm going to give you a limited retrieve, and I'm going to play a dissemination.
Okay.
Do you want to retrieve the dissemination so then you can refill your hand right away? Because then I'll just give you the dissemination and refill my hand.
Sure.
There you go.
Okay. And then I'll wait for you first.
Yeah.
I'll wait and see what you play first.
Experiments with shit.
Woo, experiment. That's 2 sessions in a row, Logan.
I know. What the fuck is happening? I think that if I was discussing this campaign with somebody and I said, you know, it was about 6 seasons before players really started to experiment with things, they'd be like, you are full of shit. Who would wait 6 seasons?
All right, then I'll play my disseminate. I'm assuming you don't want the move 5, so I'll get rid of it.
No.
All right, no reds. Seamanship.
And you want an electronics repair, Logan?
This is getting the whole wire spark thing.
Got it.
Now, I'm guessing that the wire's good and long, so you're not standing next to it going, do you want to blow up? So
right.
Now, give me a willpower times 3. No spark, no spark, no spark. Come on, battery explode, battery explode. Okay, now here comes the fumble card. Maybe you're going to drop the battery. Maybe Freddy, who's standing over there on his own, will suddenly explode. We don't know. That's the beauty of the cards. Here it comes. Mark off one useful piece of gear. Tell the GM what you're marking off. If GM doesn't think that it's useful enough, then GM will choose
Compass.
Yeah, I knew you were going to pick the fucking compass. It was goddamn useful, though. So, okay, another spark, another.
There we go.
And now it's all the way over there. It makes a little fireball, and you're like, this is interesting, you think. This is
all right,
progress.
so nothing that's a slow burn will work. You have to be not really in contact.
You were kind of in contact because the wire ran between your finger and the result. I recommend further experimentation to get it clarified in your mind.
Basically, you need to be in contact somehow.
Maybe.
So I hold one of the, like I take a piece of, like it's not connected to, like there's no powder around. I just want like the wick. And I'm going to light,
yeah.
I'm going to light it.
Okay.
And hold on to it.
Give me a willpower times 3 as you're actively concentrating. Eventually it gets lit and it starts burning. Dun, 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 dun,
And it burned longer than it did before, right?
Uh-huh.
And then holding it up to like head level, I let go. Does it stop as soon as I let go?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You have to be holding it, basically.
Kind of.
So now I take like a pile of the black powder.
See,
I connect it up to my...
Hold on. I'd just like to point out, you have to be holding it, basically. This is how the telephone games get started, where people get these fucking results that, and they go, I thought you said you had to be holding it. And it's like, no, fucking Freddy said that 3 seasons ago. You believed it, and it went on to perpetuate more bullshit.
So I'm going to do this on a nice flat surface.
You get a nice flat surface.
A very small amount of the powder, so it just kind of goes, psst,
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a trail of that powder, and I'm going to have my finger on that end of the trail. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, that's fucking evil.
And then I'm going to see if it still goes off because I'm technically touching it.
Give me a willpower times 3 and then another one.
Got it.
It starts lighting, and another willpower times 3. It goes for a while, and then it burns
fails.
out.
But the initial happened.
Yeah. But it seems that it was much harder on a granulated thing. So apparently, evidence analysis rolls from both of you.
Critical.
Apparently, Frey's like, it's kind of fucked up. But Fulton's like, it may matter the consistency because there's more spaces between. Having something that's touching something else, which is touching something else, is not like it's all the same object. So therefore much harder. So in other words, if you laid out ropes that were cut up, but they're all touching each other, it'd be super hard to push that. But with your fucking ought to, fuck you, having one rope should produce the result. See what I mean?
So if you break the circuit, so it's kind of like electrical, like electricity.
Kinda.
You break the circuit up, it makes the ohms, it makes it harder.
Yeah.
So then you have to insert your will upon it. So, which is why a gun, I pull out my pistol, my 9mm, and I try to shoot it.
Sure. I'm guessing not at Freddy. I just want to check that, have Freddy go closer and closer to the barrel, shoot the barrel, and see if you can launch.
No, no, not at Freddy. Into the dirt.
Sure.
But away from me.
Yeah.
It works.
It works. It makes a big bang and shit. Cut to it shows a couple of death claws. And right.
Okay, so because it's an instant, the gun will work. Because the effect happens.
You're not sure if it's instant or slow or what, but the gun works. I'll go with that. Now, the bullet still goes out and hits the thing. It didn't go bang and then the bullet slid out the end. That's important. But why?
Yeah, it was propelled by the bang.
So the rest of that physics still works.
What if we tie the string to the trigger? You stand somewhere a bit further away, pull the string on the gun and see if it works.
Take a card, Frey. It's a good experiment.
I do so.
Excellent. It takes a bit to give me a mechanical repair to get set up safely so that the gun doesn't spin to shoot Freddy at the last minute when you pull the string. Because
I make sure that it spins and shoots him.
All right, that's fine too. Yeah, it shows him. It's got like a little swivel thing where it automatically goes to Freddy and Freddy. What the fuck? Okay, so yeah, you've got it all set up, and you go back and you pull the string. Give me a willpower times 3. Well, actually, you're using the wire to be technical because you're out of string. And it goes bang. And the bullet shoots out and it impacts the tree or Freddy or whatever.
So because you're touching the string and the string's touching the gun, it's as if you're touching the gun.
It kind of makes us, like I was saying, like a circuit almost. However, now what I want to do is I'm going to jury rig a little pulley system. So I'm going to have like that wire connect to another wire, connect to another wire that will pull the trigger.
With your earlier mechanical repair at a quarter, cut 2, you've got it done. Give me 3 willpower times 3 rolls. It doesn't work. It kind of works and then it stops or whatever. It's much less certain. Now, are you going to do the cool test that I'm waiting for that's off of this one? Somebody figure it out. I'll give you 2 cards for a good test right after this one that's related to it. And yes, by the way, the shuttle is now getting used for testing stuff because you're not.
No, the car. We're using the car.
The shuttle would be more fun. Plus, it irritates Scott. I'll give you each 2 cards if you irritate Scott. It's already pretty fucked up.
There's a good car over there. We'll use that.
You're running low on stuff, and plus the shuttle. I'll give you 2 cards each if you just say fuck the shuttle.
No.
Honestly, we really should because they certainly don't do anything but hinder us. So, honestly, it's like to the point where it's like having 2 nemesises on our quote-unquote team.
Well, plus, if you think about it, do you think there's any chance, of getting the shuttle at a willpower times 3 to fly long enough to shuttle walk out of here?
No, that's why I wanted to use the car to pull it, but the car's fucked.
You're in a fucking forest, buddy. I don't think you're gonna. You don't really have great roads in this forest, like no roads. Yeah, you've pretty much stolen their shuttle already. So, do you want to trash it?
No.
He's like, meow, meow.
Unless we need to, no.
Yeah, you can get by without it for a few more experiments, maybe. But what's the experiment?
Well, now since we took it, and so that wire was connected to 3 different wires. What happens if we connect instead, because it was like 3 different things. So what happens if we connect all the wires up together again and then pull it? And I want to see if that works.
Sure, give me the willpower times 3 roll, because that's one of the things that makes it. Yeah, if the wires are all one wire, then it's much easier to bang, the gun goes off.
Okay.
But is there any clever experiments? You've gone much further than anybody else in 6 long fucking seasons of experimentless, incurious PCs. This will be some interesting fucking posts on the board later, I'm guessing.
So what happens if, So, there's windshield wipers on here. So what I want to do is I want to rig it so that the gun is triggered by the windshield wiper after I hit the button. Because so it's like going mechanically. Like, I'm not doing it, but then...
Take a card and go ahead and give me a willpower times 3. The windshield wiper starts to go, but as soon as you release the thing, then you're not in the circuit, it stops.
Okay.
What does that tell you, though?
That you're like the battery almost for this.
That's a good, simple way of putting it. Yeah, I'm good with that.
You basically need to power it. And whatever lies between you and the thing needs to be a constant connection, stable connection. You don't necessarily need to be touching it physically, but there needs to be a physical point of contact between you. Now I'm wondering, will the drone work? Because that's wireless. I do have one, yes. I can go grab it real quick. It's in Vora's storage unit, so I would jump to there.
Two luck rolls and you're back with a fucking drone.
Okay, I'm back.
Now, describe how you'd like to try and make it work.
Well, we'll do it normally first.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work, okay.
No, I don't even
I'll
need a
attach
roll.
a string from the controller to the drone and then try and make it work.
You end up trying to make a series of rolls because it's not a direct contact.
The controller to the drone is a direct
You're
contact.
touching the controller.
Yes.
Then the controller is touching a string.
Okay.
Done touching.
Yeah. Interesting. So wireless basically doesn't work.
No.
All right.
Any other questions?
Have to be connected somehow. The fewer the connections, the better. Now, what kind of tech does it affect? Because right now, all we know is tech, but there's different levels of tech.
Totally.
As we know. So what's the...
So, like, what happens if we were to get... Well, see, like, this is in between... Like, the gunpowder in my 9 is different than this gunpowder that we're using. But, like, what happens if we use something a little bit more cruder, like straight black powder, like from a flintlock? But since, would that be easier to use? Would that be a tech level that works here? Or would it be easier to go with, like a bow and arrow here? Because that's physics. Because we know that things are weird here.
I was going to say, gunpowder igniting is also physics.
Well, right, but we're talking about like tech levels. Like I'm trying to make it easy. Like I'm looking at it as if I'm playing like Civilization. So in Civilization, like that would be like the steps that you would go up as far as tech level. And I don't know, since we don't even know what that is exactly.
Yeah, all we know is I have done full rules on this zone. All we know is it's any tech times 3. But what constitutes as tech is my question.
So we don't know what this zone's actual tech level is. Like we know some of it, but not all of it. Which is why, like, if you could go to Shermer and get black powder, and I'm sure that you could from the embassy, you could get a bow and arrow. Like, I think, don't you have a bow and arrow? What happened to your magic bow and arrow?
Well, it's magic, so it'll work.
Oh, that's right. The string pulls, it's magic.
Yeah.
I thought, don't you have a regular bow and arrow, though, somewhere?
Probably. But I can get one from the embassy. They have plenty of those, so.
Why don't you go get all that, and then, like, I'll trump you through.
Sure.